Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I don't know if Pastor Norman's going to pop in here or not.
He's on there.
Is he on there? Where is he? He's on there. Pastor Norman, are you tuned in? How can I see him? So he must not be tuning in tonight. I mean, he's here, but he's not here. Anyway. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Do you see him on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Where?
Right there.
Come on, baby. You know what I'm saying? He must not be available tonight. He's on here, though. Wherever he is, Pastor Norman. So let's see who else. I thought I did. Hold on, Pastor Norman. Let me see if I can bring you in. I don't see you. I've got you there, but I don't see you. Huh.
Can.
I've got you in, but I can't see you.
Ain't no picture.
So, what the world? What the world? Can you go out and come back in, Pastor Norman? We can't see you. Is your camera on? I can't hear you either. So, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. We're going to work on it until we get it right. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Let me go back. Let's see what's happening here. Yep, he is.
Banned from studio.
No, that's if I wanted to do it. So I haven't done it. So pardon us, guys. We're trying to get Pastor Norman in here. And hopefully he'll be able to do that in just a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to say hello to all of you. Good afternoon, my sissy and my brother-in-law. Good afternoon, Dee Dee and George. And then Pastor Norman was in here. I don't know why he's not showing up. Anyway, Diaklin, good afternoon
to you, sweetheart. Everybody.
There's James D.
James Dixon, guitar man.
Yeah. I hope Pastor Norman can get in. John Grease is in here. And Phyllis and Edward. How you doing? We're trying to get Pastor Norman in here. Thank you, sister. She said she can hear and see us. Now I heard him pop in that time. There he is.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
I can see me.
You've been eating too many pinto beans.
I've been eating too many pinto beans. Well, you're a prophet for real, because my wife made some pinto beans.
See?
Ain't that true?
Yeah, he is one of them.
I love his pinto beans.
He is one of them. Yeah.
Them what?
Prophet.
Mm-mm.
Yes, you are. Mm-mm. Yes, you are.
Nope.
Yes.
I don't play like that.
How's your week been, Pastor Norman, so far?
It's been interesting, busy. A lot is going on. A lot. Yes, ma'am.
A lot went on with us, too. But we did get the Jeep back, didn't we?
Mm-mm.
What is it?
That's a Mirage.
He's messing with me. I don't know why he's messing with me. What is it?
That's real. That's not real.
What is it?
It's a picture.
I don't know what you're doing.
It's a picture out there.
Okay. Hey, Sister Sharon.
It's smoking too.
They're glad to see you, Pastor Norman.
Good to see you guys.
She don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk.
That's the image.
What What are you talking about?
Ain't nothing sitting out there in the driveway.
Well, who's talking about that now?
You, me.
You see how he's. Oh, Jesus.
I got that from John Greason.
You must have.
It's contagious. It's contagious.
You must have had her. You
Earl,
must have had her.
tell Earl I got it from him.
You must have had her. I don't know what the world.
I do. What the world? What the world? She said, "What the world?"
He's trying to make
She
me
from the
feel like
country.
I'm
What the
crazy.
world? What the world?
Making faces at me and
Oh,
blinking his eyes and all that stuff. Anyway.
Anyway, she don't know what she's about. She's a young girl. She just can't help it.
We did get the Jeep back. For those of you who didn't know the story, I'll tell you quickly the story. It almost caught fire last week.
Ooh.
Because the transmission fluid hose
Broke.
broke, and
it's still smoking.
And it was smoking and smoking and smoking, and yeah, but you said it's still smoking.
Yeah, it smoked all the way home.
Is it the fluid under the Jeep this hot?
I guess so.
Oh Lord. Why you didn't take it back then?
I was too close to home.
Oh my God.
She don't understand how things. She don't understand how things work.
I'm glad you
We still got to pay for it.
Well,
we still got to pay for it.
Oh Lord.
That's the way it works.
You know, already paid for it. I'm gonna have to excuse myself if he keeps this up.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Deb.
Hey.
I'm glad you're here. Pastor Norm, what did you preach on Sunday?
The first message that morning, I was talking about moving mountains. Again, that kind of ties in with our faith, and of course, what Jesus said, you had the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can speak to this mountain command. So I'm talking about moving mountains because of people that are dealing with various challenges within their lives, and so I've been giving them some strategies. And then Sunday afternoon, the Spirit of the Lord just truly had full control of the whole service, because everything I had planned went straight out the door. We had such an amazing manifestation of His active presence. I began to operate in the revelatory gifts. Matter of fact, testimonies coming in. I mentioned to someone about a check that was coming into them. All I could see on the check was insurance. It was coming from an insurance company. And sure enough, the person contacted me yesterday, even sent me a picture of the check, and it was an unexpected check. They didn't know they was going to be getting.
Wow.
A lot of other things that happened, but I kind of shared from kind of some inside revelation concerning next level living, interviewing for the next level living. And it was amazing. God just moved and stuff. So yeah, it was on, and I got several other engagements that's coming up in the next 2 weeks.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. John Greason said you seem to be better today because he's messing with me. That's why.
Oh.
So now you know what the antidote is.
Is that the truth?
When you ain't feeling your best, mess with Co-Pastor Sawyer.
Yeah. When he's feeling better, he starts messing with me.
She's just a young girl, just don't know how to sit straight.
Okay.
But she'll be all right one of these days.
Well, it's John Greason understands you.
Yo, he does.
Yeah,
he's part of my team.
Yeah.
And Pastor Norman know it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I married a young girl that just have to be balanced out and checked on every once in a while to make sure she's in the groove. She's doing pretty good. Yeah. She hauled me around, up and down the road, Yeah, she hauled me around up and down the road.
I'm sure this is what they really want to hear today.
Yeah.
I'm sure they want to hear this. Yeah.
Ain't that good news?
Are you going to be like this all the rest of the time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It'll be all right. Just work on it. She's making faces. Sit.
Yuck, I don't know where to go.
Oh,
You
go on about your business.
acting
girl.
so
you know,
crazy.
You know what to do. You've been around here long enough to know how to handle the road. Good girl. She's straight, brother strong.
Brother Strong.
Brother strong.
I hope somebody got a good question or something tonight.
Oh yeah, they on the ball. Mhm.
Let's see what we want to start. I don't know where I'm going to start now. And I don't know if I want to start where my mind just went. But
What you got?
no, I don't want to start there.
Come on, Mom. Let's jump right into it.
What you
I don't want to
got?
start with
Remember the commercial, the Nestle plunge.
You got something good, I know.
No, I didn't say it's good. I saw something today.
Oh
and,
yeah, that's good. I told
And
you
I
was.
needed to, maybe, I don't know if I need to share it or not, but I saw something today.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know if I want to share it, but
I don't know either.
I don't know if I want to share it. I don't think I want to.
Kind of dress it up a little bit.
I don't know if I
Put skirt on it.
So he
Some shoes.
so they let you know you shouldn't share it.
I'll say it like this. I saw some old,
Earthbound spirits.
ancient ghosts. And they were in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And they had walked in and made themselves at home. That's the easiest, the nicest way I can say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, not yesterday, but the day before. And I don't want to call any names or anything. I'm trying to avoid it. When there was a memorial done, and it was televised, there was a ghost that exposed itself. It exposed itself on stage in front of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, I hate. And I hate my enemies. So it made me do this. The true meaning of hate involves intense hostility, disgust, and a desire to eliminate the object of a feeling, often rooted in fear, anger, or perceived injustice. It is a destructive, consuming emotion that views the target as fundamentally evil and unchangeable, unlike milder negative emotions such as dislike or annoyance. While casual language often misuses the word, true hate is a profound and persistent feeling characterized by a deep aversion and a motivation to harm or remove the object of hate. It exposed itself on stage, on an international stage. And I don't know if anybody heard it, those that were attending. I don't know if they.
I thought two people today that heard it when I was at the sewing machine shop.
Okay. I'm hoping that the audience, those in the audience, caught it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're saying we're a Christian nation, but that was not Christ that spoke that.
No, that wasn't too pleasant, was it?
That was not Christ-like, and it was not Christ.
No, it wasn't.
It was the ghost of the past that has now taken its residence in that body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I do know this, that if it is in fact hate as it spoke itself, and it exposed itself, it is determined to harm and remove all of those that it hates.
That's right.
And that's what we're seeing happening in this country.
And
Renee says she heard it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said. I didn't know that's what the direction was going to go. I kind of was sensing that because I picked it up as well. Um, Especially after one statement was made that should have been, when pretty much forgiveness was displayed.
Yes.
Then you came right behind and said, "I'm sorry, I'm," pretty much boom, and
And it
it
was it
showed
it
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 showed
is
its
not,
face again today.
yes, it is not human.
No,
There's no need for that.
It has exposed its true colors. I mean, not so much. We've seen it. We've been seeing it. Now it is brave enough. It has enough courage to truly speak what it is.
It spoke out publicly.
Dad and I have experienced this, and I know you have too in churches and dealing with people in the area of deliverance. There are a lot of times those things that are inhabiting bodies will speak out when they and you will know that that is not the person that you're dealing with.
There was a lady coming down the aisle in the line one time. I said, I was just standing there greeting everybody at the front.
And you asked
And
me,
I
who
asked the
are
question,
you?
I said, who are you? And it said,
And
hey.
it spoke. Yes, yes.
well, we are because and I pray because I'm seeing it being displayed on other platforms as well. Again, because of who we are and being spiritual leaders and so forth, we got to be kind of abreast of all the current things that's happening. But
Mhm.
the stage was set where many pastors, after this whole incident had happened, uh, took the stage and they didn't really give a message that we would normally hear on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everything was geared and targeted at that. And
Mhm.
so with all of this going on, those that are leaders, those that have been given a voice, whether it be in the circle of the church or the political arena, there's a very thin line, and we're walking on thin ice
Mhm.
because there is a manifestation of something that's happening, and I'm glad you brought it up. And so, in the words of Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, he said, "Though we walk in the flesh, we wrestle not against the flesh, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty to pull it down on strongholds
Mhm.
and imaginations that exalt itself against the knowledge of God." And so, what we're actually seeing here, like I love what y'all said Sunday, and I love the word because and I wish people would understand the different terminology. Y'all said, no matter what, in this time of awakening, Christ has been your guru. All right.
Yes.
And they
Yes.
need to understand again, which y'all making reference to Christ versus making reference to Jesus. All right. So, in the midst of that, for this spirit to hide behind, and I'll say the religion of Christianity that was created by man. This is where we're seeing those that are really seeing and catching on. We're seeing what we say the spirit of anti Christ, which means to oppose the
Mhm.
teachings and the essence and the character and the nature of the Christos.
Yes, and it's cloaked itself under the label of Christianity.
Yeah.
So now there's a division taking place, or I should say a demarcation. There are now what is becoming more apparent is that there's two groups. One that calls themselves Christians and ones that are followers of the true Christ.
Yeah.
And the division is becoming very, very apparent.
Mm-hmm.
Those that are followers of Christ, of Jesus Christ, don't necessarily carry the label of Christian,
Mhm.
because there now is a big difference in what is believed by those that say they are Christian.
I think a lot of I think a lot of people around the globe heard
Yes,
that,
yes.
which should, and discernment or awareness of the character of the Christ said,
Mhm.
should know by now the whole story behind the whole event.
And I want to say this. This isn't because we're against our present leadership,
No.
but it is just speaking the truth. So what I saw, what the Lord allowed me to see today, and we've been saying things like this, but when you see it, it has a greater impact on you.
Yeah.
So when I was sitting there, I saw the ghosts of century-old slave owners
Yeah. That's what you said.
that has now decided not, then it didn't start with this particular president. This started centuries ago. It started decades ago as far as becoming manifest.
Yeah.
And it started when it started writing and journaling the Project 2025.
Exactly.
It has written the manual,
Yeah.
and it found someone who
Who?
is compatible
That's right.
in their temperament
Mm-hmm.
to house or in to be the construct for the ghost. That's I'll say it like that.
The ghost spoke.
And I pray for our president because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know how devastating this is for
Even
him,
for the young people.
for his soul,
Mm-hmm. Especially, and that's what I'm going to say, for himself.
for
Uh,
his soul. Yes, this.
Even the statement that was made today, and that's why I plan to do a series, a teach of what it means to be a Christian, and it has nothing to do with religious connotation.
Has nothing to do
Um,
with it.
he made that statement today about Christianity is the most hated religion,
Mhm.
or people are against Christianity around the world. Well, again, we have to look at the difference. Again, remember, Jesus' ministry in itself, if we could just focus on that, shows the difference. Because again, the Pharisees was a religious sect. They knew the laws of Moses. They knew the letter of the law, but they did not know the spirit. And that's
Yeah.
the key. We have to remember Jesus was the embodiment of love. So all those that he came in contact with, where the Pharisees was trying to challenge him and trip him up, well, the laws of Moses said we should stone a woman that committed adultery.
Yeah.
And he makes the state. That's what I'm saying. They're not catching the essence of Christ himself. He said
Mhm.
to them, you know the whole story. I'm just fast tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He without sin cast the first stone, which
yeah.
means you without sin, you have a right to make a judgment, but we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Basically, what he was letting them know. And he
Mhm.
told the woman, where's your accusers? And she said, there is none. He said, well, go and sin no more. In essence, walk in your true essence, walk in your true nature, go sin no more. Because again, that's why I try to get people to understand the revelation of sin. I Y'all, they're talking about the symptoms or the results, but it's the simple results of you walking in a false identity that
Mm.
you were
Yeah.
conditioned to behave and act like that because you're now dwelling in a conditional world. But we come from a place of unconditions, no stipulations. We just walk in pure love. And so mom hit that nail on the head a couple of weeks ago when she said, and I was thinking about that all day today. We have really not experienced, except from God himself, but in the world, what we consider agape love.
Or unconditional love. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Everything
That
that
was
comes to love, relationships, it's always a if then. If you do this, then I will reciprocate. You see what
That was not.
That's not agape love.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
You said it.
it's important that we clarify some things, because the group that is now labeled as Christian nationalist has decided that certain ones are now a martyr because they died for the sake of the gospel. However, that one did not die because of the gospel. That one died for its political beliefs.
Exactly.
And the rhetoric that spawned hate in someone else. Okay, so now I'm remembering the scripture in St. John 30, and Jesus said, I and my Father are one. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. And he asked them, he says, many good works have I showed you from my Father. Well, for which of those works do you stone me? Why was Jesus crucified? It wasn't for any political belief.
None.
It wasn't for coming against any particular group. It had nothing to do with the judgment of how people live or don't live. Had nothing to do with that.
That's right.
He said, the Jews said to him, when he said, for which of these do you stone me? The Jews said, for a good work, we don't stone you, but for blasphemy, because you being a man, make yourself God. That is the only reason a Christian gets killed. A true Christian, I should say.
Is that when we realize our oneness, again, union, all this different thing. And remember, Paul said it, let this mind be in you that was also. Now, again, Paul is a very important figure in all this matter as well, because he was one that walked in hate.
Yes.
Remember, he was getting the letters, the documents, the decrees to go forth and imprison, to harass, persecute, to execute all those at that time would call the people of the way.
Yes. Right? Yes.
And so again, on the road to Damascus in Acts chapter 9, he has the encounter with Christ that converted him, that changed all of his ideology right there at that moment.
Yes.
And so that's why I've been sharing with so many people that in the midst of this, what if we're going to pray and be effective, it's not that I'm trying to pull someone down or give someone a bad name. My prayer is that they will be awakened, that they will have that encounter and that experience with Father God that will change the way they think, their paradigm.
And I need to say this too. I'm not saying this because I'm concerned about people. People are resilient. We will bounce back. We will find ways to continue. It's happened for centuries. But this is about souls. This isn't about people losing jobs. This isn't about people not having health insurance. This isn't about immigrants being shipped off into Alcatraz. This is about souls. And the first soul that this is about is the one that's carrying out the orders. In the case of Paul, or we call him Saul, on the Damascus Road, you just mentioned that. He had orders to kill, to round up, imprison, do whatever he had to do. It was the same scenario, the same spiritual atmosphere, the same political atmosphere. And the only thing that caused Saul to wake up was the revelation of Jesus Christ.
That's right, on the Damascus Road. That's right.
Exactly. And
he had to see. He had to see. And I'm trying to remember exactly. something that took place with him.
You want to know where that conversion happened?
Yeah, I got part of it. You tell me the rest though. I might be
Acts chapter 9.
Yeah, I'm there. So let me read it. That way if I run across what I'm thinking about, I'll stop. Saul, yet breathing threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of him letters, executive orders,
Mm-hmm.
to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound, imprison them unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? Every last one of the people that are harmed by this ancient spirit is doing it to Christ.
Exactly. If you did it unto me, you did it unto.
Why persecutest thou me? And he said, who are you, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard for you to kick against the pricks. And he trembled and astonished, said, Lord, what will you have me to do? So, hey, like I said Sunday, the only thing that can cause a stony heart to change is the revelation of Jesus Christ. He got to see himself.
Exactly.
Here's the statement.
That's why I wanted people to understand, let's not get caught up into walking in hate ourselves.
We can't. That's right.
You have to allow this thing to play out. We could do our part and pray and so forth. But if it was able, if Jesus was able to convert, I'll put it that way, Paul, formerly known as Saul, from the experience, that is what we are praying. That our and I would say leaders, because
it's not just one.
This is the whole.
I want to be safe to say this. Oh God, please cover me. Today I saw the strings, and let me put it this way. Everybody want to point fingers at our current, and I there's no way I can get around our current president, but I see strings.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There are other people hitting it, and they're using him because of his status as a celebrity to lead and to be the voice of their hidden agendas.
Yes.
So that when things go down, all fingers will be pointed at him and not those that's really behind all that's going on.
It's like he's the fall guy.
Exactly, the scapegoat.
Yeah. So it's really dangerous for his soul. It's dangerous for him. So now here it is. When all of this happened to Saul, it said, the Lord said to him, arise and go into the city, and it shall be told you what you must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. And Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he could not see a man, but they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. The light of the revelation of Jesus Christ will blind him from that identity that he has been all his life. He will no longer be able to operate as that ever again once the revelation of Jesus Christ is presented to him. I'm praying right now, Lord Jesus, reveal yourself to this man.
Exactly. That is,
and protect him as you do.
Exactly. Because see, you have people now, and it's happening. I mean, let's be honest. On a large scale, people are losing their jobs. People, I mean, it's all about being loved. And so now, for years, we have been taught that there should be a separation between church and state. religion and politics.
Yeah, it's not there
But
now.
all of this is being done under the umbrella of religion.
Mm-hmm. It is.
They're using Christianity, which brings us back to what you saw, the ancient spirit during the times of the Crusades, where Christianity was used as the umbrella for the wars that were started and broke out and so forth. And so, in all actuality, you can't say there's a separation because it's all bleeding and merging together.
Yes. And they are using well-meaning, well-intentioned people who are sincere and believe with all their heart that they're on the right path. They're using them.
And let's be honest, the center of all of this is profit, gain, money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greed, hate,
that is
money,
fuel to all of this. That is what got this.
Power. Because we all know that money is power. Money is power.
I remember a lady in the church that she said I did something to her. I understood what she said, but at a reception, a wedding reception, I walked up to her and I said to her, I said, whatever I've done to you to offend you, I ask forgiveness and I apologize. You know what she came out and said? She said, I will. Whenever you hear that I identify, say, watch the letter I, because it exposes itself either Christ or the dark side.
Yes.
She said, I will never. The book said to kill, steal, and destroy. Hate does not come from the Christ heart.
No.
It comes out of the mouth of the dark side of slave masters. And these words should never be spoken out of any mouth unless you know where it's coming from and should be stopped.
Well, we learned this years ago too, that when you use the words I'll never or I'll always, you have just made a covenant.
Yeah. Yeah. He
With
made a
some
covenant.
spirit, because you now have decided it is never going to be the other way. And you locked yourself into whatever the outcome is when that happens.
And that's one of the reasons why I said if we look at the different administrations and a lot of the prophecies that was given by prophetic voices concerning when Billy Graham would die and Oral Roberts, that there was going to be a shift in our nation. And it's because there's the lack of a true spiritual voice in that arena.
Yeah.
We had all the other presidents and stuff. They may not have been great religious men, but there was always a strong spiritual leader that was invited into those different meetings, so forth and so on, at the table. They would be at a lot of the different functions and stuff like that. We don't see that now. We have no true spiritual leaders. So with that in mind, again, I stayed up all day long, Saturday and Sunday, watching all of these, and I agree what they're saying, and I understand the place that's because it's hard to be hit and not respond back. I'll put it that way.
It is.
Where blame is being put on people and different groups that has nothing to do with it at all.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to be quiet. And so my question to you guys would be this, because I've been in prayer asking, what do we do now as spiritual leaders? Should we try to come together? Should we show what the true gospel? Because again, we are living epistles, how people could come together, walk in love, no matter the other differences, because there's so much that can separate us, but at the same token, there's so much that can unify us.
Yes.
And we're not focusing on what can actually unify us. So what would be y'all words of wisdom to spiritual leaders, pastors? Because it's coming up. It's, like I said, it's hard to escape it. because this is the dominant thing that's in our country right now.
It
What would
is.
be y'all words of wisdom to those spiritual leaders?
Because even the church is divided.
Exactly.
The evangelical charismatic church, particularly. The denominational churches are not so much included, I don't think. I think this is the sect of evangelical charismatic churches that are at war and in a division. The only thing that I know to do, and that we are doing that right now, Pastor Norman, is to continue to speak the truth to whatever platform, on whatever platform God gives you, and to continue to speak the words of unity, so until we see people turning, and not give it up until it does. And I remember this week, there was one, what was the guy that they fired and they cut his show off? It was Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, who will be back on tonight.
Right. And I'm not saying that I endorse Jimmy Kimmel. I don't endorse Stephen Colbert. I don't know, they talk very candidly about the president and the things that they witnessed. And so, because they have such a large platform, everyone has heard what they've said. Was it true what they said? Yes. Should they have said it? Probably not. But that doesn't give anyone the right to silence their voices. And so we're at a very crucial junction in our country, where the voices are, where we've always had free speech. Now that's being threatened. And so while I don't agree with their conversation, I'll put it like this: I do agree with their conversation. I don't agree with they should speak it all the time. But the fact that they're trying to take away the free speech is very, very dangerous. And it's a sign that the country is shifting to not a democracy.
Exactly. Authoritarian.
But authoritarian dictatorship, which is very dangerous. Kamala Harris has a new book out. I don't know if you know about that. You
yes, I
do.
I had planned to go get it, but I feel like right.
Yeah, I think she's exposing a lot of things in that book, and I would like to probably get it too. But I did listen to the interview. I want to make sure that people, when they hear us, yes, we talk spirituality, non-duality. Yes, we talk about the oneness of Christ. But when things are affecting our nation, things are affecting our communities, we can't help but speak out.
Exactly.
Because it's everybody's, it's at the forefront of everybody's mind. And so we know right now that the country is in financial debt. That's everybody. Everybody is experiencing the same thing. There are some who are benefiting if they know how to maneuver in this climate. They're benefiting from their investments or whatever, but the majority of us are having to find ways to cope financially. Things are not better. The things that were promised that were going to get better did not get better. They're worse. The campaign promises, which we know very rarely get really done when they get in office, but the campaign promises they're not happening. They're not happening. Now, some of them he is doing because that's what he said he was going to do. He's doing, but they're not to benefit us.
Exactly.
So we are experiencing broken promises in the area of our welfare. You go to a grocery store, you're going to spend $200 or $300 in one visit if you get anything. Almost everything is $10.
Doubled and tripled.
Exactly. Everything has gone up. And so people are having to navigate. They're having to cope.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're in a climate where we need one another to help each other. So we can talk about that as well, Pastor Norma. I don't have the answer. I just know if we follow spirit, we'll do what's needed.
And the reason why I presented that question to you guys is because I come to the place of understanding that everything that we were taught and what we share, the messages, the preaching, all in our gatherings on Sundays, or some gather and worship on Saturdays, it has to be more to it than that. That's what I'm saying. There is, with all these giftings and charismatic abilities, because I'm glad you brought that up. You're not going to tell me that we have been graced with these abilities to just have a good time.
No, that's
Let me
true.
just be real.
That's true.
We going to church, have a good time. We're going to shout, good message, good pastor. That was a great message.
Well, let me
This
put it like, let me go. I don't mean to cut you off, Pastor Norma, but you know what? Now is when we really need to be able to operate in the gift of healings, because people ain't gonna have enough insurance to get. They're not gonna be able to get the doctor's care.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's needed. It's
Yes,
not just for fanfare. It's not just to look good. It's people gonna really need it.
exactly. Exactly. And see, and that's where, dealing with the division, like you said, in the church, we have not been a very influential, impactful voice um, for many years now. And so you said something earlier about speaking truth, and I wanted to read from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "Till," we all know about when it talks about the fivefold ministry gifts, and then it says, "Till we all come in the unity of the faith," not religion,
Mm-hmm.
"and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness," and that's what we're seeing on display,
Yeah.
"whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love, may
Yeah.
grow up into him all things, which is the head, even Christ." And so we have to speak the truth, but I want people to understand the presentation, because see, I can present something good in so many different ways. I can present it in a way where
Mm-hmm.
you will be attracted to it and want to try it and taste it. Or I can present it that same thing in a way where you, oh, no, 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 no. My presentation
That's right.
is stopping you from tasting. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening. The presentation that they're, and I pray that they hear the presentation that they're putting out there, it is pushing people away.
It is. It is. Now, I like what Diaklin also shared a scripture that's going right along with what you said, Pastor Norman, in Jeremiah 31:3. It says, "The Lord have appeared of old unto me, saying, Yes, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee."
Is There you go. There you
Mhm.
go. That's it.
I remember when Dad had his initial encounter with God. And you guys have heard it for years. If you've been with us, you've heard him talk about it for years. That he saw over his head a bust of Jesus, just from the waist up. That's all he saw of him. Up over him, which we know is the higher self, which is your higher self, which is the Holy Self, the Holy Spirit.
Mhm.
When he saw that, he also saw the Sacred Heart. The Catholics talk about the Sacred Heart all the time. And we remember the pictures. We've seen those pictures as children where Jesus was had a robe and it had a heart right in the center, and it was burning. That was the Sacred Heart. He saw the Sacred Heart, actually had a chance to see it. Not only did he see it, Jesus took that heart and stuck it inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the morning that happened. The day, the morning after, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
He was so full of love. He couldn't hardly speak.
Mm-hmm.
Everything glowed. He waved at everybody like he was in a parade. There was so much love from a broken heart.
It was broken a million pieces, and yet it was still flesh.
Yes, this is the heart that's turned from stone.
Exactly. Yep.
And we've lost sight of that in the Christian religion.
Yes.
We've
Yes.
lost sight of that.
Because to be honest, if we would talk about the current Christian religion, it is more selfish than anything else.
Yes. Yes.
It's all about me. And we come with the terminology, my ministry and my this and my that. And it has never been about just one individual, one person. It's about us collectively.
Yes.
And so forth. And so that's the thing. And you made reference to Kamala Harris in her book. Now, one of the things, because I plan to get the book, but one of the things that we see in that arena again, y'all want to let everything out after the fact.
Yes.
Why? See, if people don't understand, and I asked my daughter this, I presented a question to her, concerning, again, and I'm a marketing major, so I said, for those that are your age, from your generation, if y'all was looking for what we would say a church home, a church to go to and attend, what would be the one of the things that you would be looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing she said, which I had already did my study, was we would look like to have a leader that is very transparent.
Okay.
All right. They ain't caught up in all of the hype like we've been talking about before. They want somebody that's going to be real and truthful with them. And so if that's the case, that's the thing that I don't understand about our political leaders. Why is it that they cannot have the insight and the revelation that if the more transparent you are to us, we will become more attracted to you? But it's when we can sense, because you can't pull blinders over everybody's eyes.
No, you
We
can't.
know there's more going on behind the
You
scenes.
can't fool all of the people all of the time.
I mean, it's obvious we can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in her case, there were many of us that knew there were some things going on in the background.
Yeah.
Now you want to put it in a book, and now you want to you should let us know that back then.
Well, she addressed part of that, and I'm not defending her, but she addressed part of that in the interview that she had with what's the girl, Rachel Maddow.
Yeah,
That calls her racial meltdown. But anyway, she addressed that. Yeah, he called her racial meltdown.
Racial meltdown.
And by the way, he gave Cash Patel a name too. He called him Cattail. So anyway, she did address that issue that you spoke of, Pastor Norman. She said that when President Biden was in office, just before he stepped down, they went through weeks of trying to decide whether he should step down or not, because the media was blowing it up and it was just a mess. And she said she realized that what all of them around him did was they gave he and his wife the task of making the decision. And she said she knows now that she should not, it should never have been a personal decision for them to make,
Mhm.
because that gives them that they would have to deliberately go against their ego desires and ambitions.
Mhm.
And so she said she knew that that was her duty to step forward and push it forward, that he said step down. But she knew also that if she did it, she would appear to be self-serving.
Mhm.
And so she chose not to do it because of that.
Yep, I heard that. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Which I can understand. They
And,
would have said she booted him out because she wanted the position.
mhm. And see,
Mhm.
that's why I said, in the midst of all of this, there's a very thin line. Things that we know should be done, we're
Mhm.
being very careful, because again, we don't know how it's going to be taken. Because again, there are many people who are still yet overwhelmed with this oppression of
Yeah.
being delusional.
Yes. Yes.
There are things, those, it's like this. We heard this before. It's like that which is right, you considering to be wrong, and that which is literally wrong now is right.
Well, I'm not going to talk about the politics any longer, but I wanted to say this. That's really the message that we're talking about right now is, what's the state of your heart? That's for all of us. What's the state of your heart? And I'm going to be, I try to be transparent with you guys about where I am in my walk. There are times when you are forced into a position of leadership, or you're forced into a position of having to take charge, or you're put in a position where you've had to make decisions that for everybody else, that will lead them or direct, even if it's just the household.
Mhm.
When you've had to manage the household, when you've had to manage things, you somehow, and even for pastors can relate to this, because you've had to be in that position. Women who've had to be single moms, or wives, or who had to take charge for things in the house because the husband wasn't able or he wasn't there. There's times when I have felt myself hard. And I say that it's a feeling that I get. It's a feeling that I get. And in fact, those times when I get lost in it, grace sometimes will break through, and I realize I'm doing that. I'm being that way. And then I ask God to let me feel soft again, to feel soft. And I don't know how to verbalize that, except that it's a feeling. It's a feeling that it's like this. And softness, when you're soft, you're in a position of being vulnerable.
Mhm.
And the hardness is a resistance against feeling vulnerable.
Mhm. Exactly.
Diakonia, I was thinking about what you said now on that subject of the rapture.
Yes.
And he said in the book, and all books that is repeated, no man knows the time or the hour,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they put a
Mm-hmm.
time on it, like
Mm-hmm.
you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad that I heard this saying when I was a little boy growing up,
Yeah.
before I knew anything
Yeah.
about what we are in now.
Well, listen, I'm gonna add some humor here. There's a lady on YouTube who's actually giving tips for the rapture. She's giving people
Are
tips.
you serious?
No, yeah, I'm serious. This is what she says. She said, when it happens, don't hold on to anything. Make sure you let go. And she's not talking about spiritually, she's talking about physically.
Uh-huh.
You make sure you look up, don't look down.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you look up, don't look down.
Mm.
And make sure you got on clean underwear, because you don't know anybody behind you to see you in dirty underwear. This is actually happening. This is true.
Wait a minute, she wasn't trying to be funny.
She was not joking. This was what she was actually telling people.
Yeah, it's true. She was. I guess Walmart just had a big sale today.
I said they better pray they're not on the toilet when it happens. They are selling their houses. That's what Jack was saying.
That is so funny.
Their houses, and we saw today somebody actually sold their car. They took it and they actually came and got the car and put it on those, what you call that thing? The truck that they
haul the truck off.
Yeah, haul the truck off.
Guys, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm thinking crazy. They in 2 or 3 days he's gonna need their car back.
Lord have mercy. What? See,
one lady actually making a list for those that's left behind. She made a list of things to do. It is, like Diakwa said, it is a psychosis, a pandemic.
That's right. She absolutely
panic, a pandemic, whatever it is.
Oh my God. It's not funny, but it is funny.
But that's something that is happening. I mean, that's why the word delusional. There's so much delusion, so much psychotic stuff that's happening right now. So that's telling you there is a force in the air.
And not only that, Pastor, that says to me loud and clear that some of us who are in this Christian religion are mentally ill.
Exactly.
We're mentally ill, and that's not funny.
I don't know.
And Vincent Kelly's on. Hey, Vincent Kelly.
Good to see you, man.
Vincent Kelly says, I have a question. Do you believe that 45 to 47 could possibly know exactly what he's doing spiritually, using his knowledge only to ascertain earthly riches in order to embody himself as a God here on earth? I don't know if I know about what you're talking about.
I don't know.
You may have to fill me in.
Well, first of all, we know what he's doing is not spiritually, especially dealing with the essence and the nature of Christ. We keep forgetting he has always been a businessman.
Yes.
That's everything that he's doing. That's what's pushing him. He's becoming more political, but
I understand now what he's saying. I know what he's saying now. When he said 45, 47, I know what he means.
Oh, you know we talking about. Oh, I thought you caught that.
I didn't know. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow, Vincent. But I got you, baby. I got you.
Yeah. So
I think so.
He's a very business-minded person. So that's how he's approaching everything that he's doing. Is coming from a place of business. That's why I say wealth, money is the fuel that's pushing all of this.
And I'm trying not to say certain things directly, but he is also, and Pastor mentioned it a minute ago, he's under the gun. And I'll tell you why. For so many decades, the United States has been, what's the word I want to say? Has deified Israel. And Israel, behind the scenes, is in control. Do some research, guys. Israel, behind the scenes, is in control of our presidents, of our government. We are giving Israel billions of dollars. So this rabbit hole is very, very deep.
That's funny, and that keeps coming up, the rabbit hole, in all of the different discussions. Yep.
This rabbit hole is very, very deep. It's very deep. And it could be that the presidents have been afraid. I don't doubt they are self-serving, as Vincent's saying, but they're also afraid.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things this, and I thought about this as we was talking, 'cause when I asked the question, I don't know if y'all saw the reel on YouTube where the young lady, she was heartbroken, and there's many people that are this way. She was in service, and her pastor started making reference to, I don't even want to mention the person's name, that they gone or whatever, but he started making reference to them, and she had an issue because of things that she heard that was said that was hateful
Yes.
and or should not have been said.
Yeah.
See, that's I wish people can be honest. You if you go back and listen to what you maybe have said something in a way in your presentation made that person feel offended, all right, or you was using hateful rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
So she could not believe her pastor was doing what he was doing, and it broke her heart to the point that she got up and walked right out of service.
So the first things that happens to those that wake up, and we heard this today, is disillusionment.
Yep, exactly.
She's
Yep.
awake now.
And so
She's awake now.
she was sharing in tears, because they do. She was in a car sitting there, and she said she don't her faith is being challenged. She don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know which direction to go. And,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, that was one of the first things I said. Yeah, you at your point of waking up
Yes.
right now. But yeah, she was, and so that's happening to so many people, and that's why I want people to understand. Even though all these things, because see, people can look at us and think like we be nonchalant about the whole thing. We're not. We
Mm-hmm.
just realize that the tactics that we used before does not work.
We're not fighting fire with fire. We can't do that.
Exactly. There's some things that we understand, and those that are truly prophetic in nature, if scriptures are true, these things has to happen.
So I want to go back, and Jill just mentioned, I'm praying that this too, Jill, in the midterms, that we will be able to get some other people who have the heart
The heart.
that will take office. But again, I want to speak to this feeling of hardness, this being hard and resisting vulnerability. You can do this in your personal life. This isn't necessarily something you're going to change the whole world with in one setting. But if you can walk and live from your heart instead of your intellect all the time, it will help change the world, but it won't change it all at once. It'll only make an impact on those people that you meet day to day.
Mm-hmm.
And it may take, like water dripping on rock, on a stone, it may take more than one day, more than 3 days, more than 20 days, more than a year. It may take a while, but it will make a dent.
Yeah.
And you just caused me to think of something just now, because like I said, the service Sunday, I had everything that I had planned was going to share went out the door, and I just realized I made a statement, and it's been coming up constantly on this broadcast. I made the statement that God is connected to your heart and not your head,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
and I just remember saying that. And so this whole thing, like you say, it's the matter of the heart.
It's a hard thing. It is a hard thing. And I'm thinking about Ezekiel 11 that talks about, I think it's in the 19th verse. Let me see if I can find it right quick. We read this long time ago, long time ago. It says, I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give you a heart of flesh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Jesus' heart was when I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming on and listening to us. Leslie, we thank you for
I feel like you didn't get to say much tonight.
No, that's okay.
It's okay.
I don't need to. I thank you for the mail and the package that you sent.
In fact, thank you, all of you who sent something through Cash App after you heard Pastor Now's dilemma.
And we're still working on it at this point. It's not, we haven't finished everything.
Haven't completed it
Haven't
all.
completed
Right.
yet. So we're still hoping that others will continue to bless the Christ in us, and we bless the Christ in you with sincere assistance financially to keep things going.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's others out there. I think about all the people in Israel and the foreign countries whose homes have been destroyed, hospitals that have been wiped out because of the cold, hard, dark side of somebody's heart that cannot see the pain and the hurt that they're distributing over the earth. But anyway, we thank you guys for bearing the load and
Yes.
carrying the weight of this with us as a team and as partners. We work together.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for
Don't
your
forget
compassion.
to hit the like button, you guys. Remember, whenever you do that, and you help us to move up in the algorithm, and people find us a lot easier. I want to say that there have been people who have subscribed to our channel that are not necessarily of the community that we've been in, that we've had here, that are appreciating these last few sessions that we've had. Even though it's not strictly spiritual language, or not strictly non-dual oneness language, even though we're not specifically talking to you about your spiritual advancement, we are talking to you about your spiritual advancement as we address the things that are current in our environment. And so I've had a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've had several people to comment that were appreciative of the information and the conversation that we've had. So I want you to just, I want to thank you for hanging in there with us and being with us tonight and staying with us for the duration. Thank you, Jill, for putting that up, sweetheart. And I've got so much going on the screen right now. I've got to move some of this stuff. Yeah, this stuff, so that you guys can give. And this is a great time for you to do that. And when you do that, again, you are doing that because it keeps your financial doors open. When you give, it blesses you. It's like I said Sunday, when you forgive, you do it not because the person that you're forgiving deserves it. You're not doing it in order to let them off the hook. You are doing it so that you don't have the toxic poison running through your own veins. So when you give financially, you are doing it, you are blessing someone, but you are also keeping your flow open so that you can be blessed. So it's for you, it's more than it is for the ones that you're giving it to. And we want to thank you for that. Thank you, Vincent Kelly, for being here. We love you so much.
And I hope come in a while. It's good to hear from you.
And John Greason, thank you for saying hit the like and the love button. Thank you, John Greason. John Greason, we've got some good weather coming up. So you can ride your motorcycle in. Yeah, I think some rain's coming though this week, isn't it? Some rain coming. But anyway, we love you guys. We'll be back on Sunday. Pastor Norman's on Sundays at 9.
And tomorrow at 7.
And tomorrow, that's right, tomorrow, Wednesday night at 7 on Facebook. And you can find him under Norman Armstrong Ministries. We'll be back on Sunday morning at 10. And you know who we are. We're Cornerstone. You can check us out, and we'll be back with some more good stuff. And we just thank God for the wherewithal. When we come, sometimes when we come before you, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
No, never know.
We really don't. We don't know what
straight from the hip.
It's fresh out the oven. Nothing like good old hot bread.
Well, I mean, we just go and bake the cake.
We love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you guys on the turnaround. Thank you for the love and the gifts. I bless the Christ in you. The Christ in me sees the Christ in everyone on this side.
Leslie said, if the creek don't rise. Yes.
Yeah, come on home, girl.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Love y'all.